let's go to Philly, New England, because I want to know what Mr. Wright thinks about this game.
Well, I'll tell you what I think about this game,
Oh, will you really?
and
That's
I will.
exactly what I want.
I will. Well, now I don't want to say about the game because I don't want to give you what you want. I'll start with Philly. They were second in Group A with 2 wins, one tie, 4 goals for, 2 goals against. And I feel like Philly was the most predictable team in this group in that they pretty much did what we expected from them. While it may not have been necessarily against the teams that we expected them to do it against, they still did what we expected them to do. And maybe with the exception of Miami, the rest of this group was just a mess all over the place. Seeing as how 2 teams weren't even in the group anymore, and NYC did not play well. And even though Miami, I'm sure they didn't have super high expectations, I still feel like they played below expectations. But Philly was solid. I would say they were good, not great. I wasn't fully sold on the team because I don't think that they played the toughest teams in their group stage. I don't think that Miami was super dangerous team. NYC did not look like a super dangerous team. And while Orlando did look, better than we expected them to look, I still don't know if I'm going to say Orlando is one of the better teams in the knockout stages right now. So, I mean, you're looking at 3 teams that are world beaters. So it's fairly reasonable that they go through in this group. So for me, I felt like Philly's best players from the group stage were Brendan Aronson, Alejandro Bedoya, and I thought that their best player was Andre Blake. And he saved them in multiple games in this group stage. I think without him, if you take him out and you put Sanchez in, I don't know if Philly get out of this group stage. I mean, you could question it. They could have lost to NYC. They could have lost to Orlando. I think that Blake was the difference maker for them. And that says something about Philly because if your goalkeeper is your best player, that probably doesn't bode too well for your defense. And I think that while they only conceded 2 goals, I'm going to guess that text is about me lagging. um, I'm doing my best with the connection. While their defense hasn't conceded a lot of goals, there's been a lot of times where they could have, maybe against a better attack. So I'm looking to see if their defense kind of looks a little bit sharper in the knockout stage, maybe some more added pressure makes them sharpen up and play a little bit better. I also want to see more from Shabilko, and not that he was terrible in the group stages. I just feel like that he's a very solid player for Philly, and I think he could add more to the attack for them and really make them even more dangerous. And another thing that I wanted to mention for them is Jose Martinez. I feel like has to be careful now that it's knockout about not fouling too much and getting himself sent off because if you do that in this one-off game, that really hurts your team. And then we have New England, who was also they were second in Group B, 1 win, 2 ties, 2 goals, 1 goal allowed. And I think that New England surprised all of us in that they looked like a pretty solid team in the group stages. What's the C for?
See,
C?
their
Why did
second
I?
group. See, did you go on Google and look
Oh
at this?
no,
Google
I
has
just I just messed up the letter. I just messed up the letter.
okay, because Google, I'm almost certain Google still has the wrong groups under
Google
the
has it all mixed up. No,
yeah,
I was
which is
on
wild,
MLS.
by the way. The only sports league that came back, they still can't get it right. If they messed up the NBA, if like the NBA tournament, and they messed up like a matchup, milliseconds before it's fixed. This is weeks, and they've still left it to be normal. But
They
anyways,
don't care.
right over. Go ahead.
Um, I felt like their attack looked really threatening at times, and obviously the defense was pretty locked down. They only conceded 1 goal the entire group stage. I do feel like they need to be more clinical on their attack because I feel like they created a ton of chances, but you only scored 2 goals in the group stages, which tells me you're not finishing them off. I remember seeing some stat that Heel had like 12 chances created in the first game, and you still walk away from 3 games with only 2 goals. So someone's got to be finishing these chances off. And I know against Toronto, they were playing without a few of their better attackers. Pretty much, I would say, their best attackers. So that could be an explanation for some of their lack of goals. And then in terms of the defense, besides one sloppy pass, they would have had 0 goals conceded the entire group stage. So New England defense could be pretty strong as long as you don't have those few little lapses of concentration. But you need to not have those in the knockout stages. You don't have other games to make up for that one. You have lapses in concentration, and it's over for you. One of the biggest things for me in this game is no heel. That's gonna hurt New England big time. But they have other guys that can step up. They need to see Gustavo Bo. They need to see Pania, and they need Buxa. They need them to step up and finish these chances. You're gonna have probably less chances created now without heel. You gotta make the most of them now. You gotta do everything you can to make each opportunity count, because if you go through like you did in the group stages, missing opportunities, it's going to cost you. But all that being said, I don't know, that was a lot. I am going to go with New England winning this one 1-0.
Very nice. I'm looking something up really quick here. I saw something earlier today that said Brendan Aronson is being scouted by like
It was like
9,
Frankfurt, right?
It was like 9 different teams in Europe between Bundesliga 2 level, Scotland, and I think like low level championship teams too. Like he is one of Philly's best players, but how long will he be there is a very good question.